Well, tonight there are questions about whether Montgomery County firefighters who responded to an emergency may have violated a new law that limits their cooperation with ICE. Last Wednesday, Park police officers and federal immigration authorities were seen chasing 3 men on Clara Barton Parkway. Montgomery County Fire and Rescue was called to the scene after reports that some of the people who ran may have jumped into the Potomac River. A county council member said the situation created a difficult balance. First responders must answer emergency calls, but any type of cooperation with federal immigration authorities could violate the county's Trust Act. News 4's Mauricio Casillas has the latest.
In this video shared with News 4 by a driver on Clara Barton Parkway last Wednesday, several people can be seen running. According to Park police, officers were conducting commercial vehicle enforcement in the area alongside other federal agencies when 3 people exited a vehicle and ran. Montgomery County Fire and Rescue was called because it was believed that some of the people who fled the stop may have jumped into the nearby Potomac River. In the end, no water rescue was needed, as authorities said 2 of the people who fled were ultimately apprehended by immigration agents.
What this shows is that there is more scenario planning that we can do and that we need to do to make sure that we are prepared and we are ahead of this federal government in the actions that they are taking.
Councilmember Kristen Mink says MCFRS crews did nothing wrong and acted correctly, but she expressed concerns over a potential perception that first responders were collaborating with ICE, which would be a violation of the county's Trust Act. The union representing Montgomery County firefighters pushed back against the idea that they violated the law. And in a letter sent to Councilmember Mink, the union president said, quote, "We answer every call without hesitation because personal beliefs and politics have no place in the emergency services we provide. When someone calls 911, we do not ask what they believe, how they voted, where they were born, or whom they support," end quote. Montgomery County Council President Natalie Fanny Gonzalez said she doesn't believe the Trust Act was violated in this case and praised the work of first responders.
The real problem is what this federal government is doing. They're terrorizing community members to the point that people felt that they needed to run to the river to hide. I mean, that's how desperate things and people are. And I think that's the story.
CASA, one of the organizations that worked with the county to get the Trust Act approved, says it's concerned because they don't want situations like this to discourage members of the immigrant community from calling 911.
If that means there needs to be additional training, additional oversight, more specific policies, the county needs to take those steps so that our fire and rescue officers, they know exactly what they're supposed to do when a situation like this occurs.
Montgomery County Police also responded to the scene. Authorities say officers did not participate in the pursuit, detention, apprehension, or enforcement actions associated with the federal agents. In Montgomery County, Mauricio Casillas, News 4.